Over the past decade, the Detroit Pistons haven't had much to celebrate. They've only made the playoffs twice in that span, haven't won a single playoff series, and have yet to even make the play-in tournament since its inception. However, through the NBA draft and with the return of Cade Cunningham, Pistons fans should be very optimistic about this team moving forward. Detroit has an upgraded head coach with Monty Williams taking the reins. Cade Cunningham has already proven to be a sensational player, and pieces like Asar Thompson, Jaden Ivey, and Jalen Duren are good complements to what this franchise is building. Here's why the Pistons, now and in the future, are better than people think, and why you should definitely look out for them in 2024. Be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for more content like this. Despite having the literal worst record in the league last season and having the tied best odds to get the #1 overall pick, the literal worst thing that could happen actually happened. The Pistons fell all the way to number 5, but fortunately for them, one of the prize prospects of a really good draft class was still available to them. And they made the right choice by selecting Ausar Thompson. Asar is obviously the twin brother of Ausar Thompson, both of whom were lauded for their nice size at 6'6", with freakish athleticism and a 7-foot wingspan. But Asar specifically gives the Pistons a very versatile wing with immense defensive potential. As mentioned before, Asar is a freak athlete with a good handle, has an explosive first step, can consequently get to the rim at will, and plays very well above the rim as a crafty finisher. Additionally, Asar has high basketball IQ and makes the right plays on offense, being unselfish and more than willing to pass the rock. People make note of immense playmaking ability, but at 6 assists a game, I'd say that Asar can be an impactful playmaker as well. As for his defense, Asar uses physical gifts and IQ to be a disruptor in passing lanes, he plays solid help defense, and he can navigate through screens. Ausar himself isn't gonna transform the Pistons from the 28th ranked defense that they were last year. But as the saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day, and having what could be a standout defensive wing is very promising. In terms of what he needs to improve on, well, he definitely needs to improve his shooting overall, as at Overtime Elite, he shot just 29% from 3 and 66% from the free throw line. However, I have no doubts that Asar can reach his full potential in this league. He not only has the physical gifts to be successful, but he has extremely hard work ethic, drive, and willingness to learn that will set him apart from his peers. Moving on to the Pistons backcourts, we now have third-year player and second-year players in both Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey respectively. It's really weird calling Cade a third-year player, given that he barely played 12 games in his sophomore season. Moreover, I think it gets really overlooked how good of a player he actually is and projects to be. He was the #1 overall pick in a solid 2021 NBA draft class, and the truth is, Cade is a 6'6" Swiss Army knife with excellent court vision, feel for the game, and poise that you'd expect to see from a 12-year veteran. What I love most about Cade is that he plays the game at his own pace and isn't rattled by what the defense throws at him. I'm not saying that he's Luka Doncic or anything, but I think that they're both similar in that sense. Neither of them are jump out of the gym athletes, but they read the game extremely well, are capable of changing speed, and are crafty enough to get by defenders, get into the paint, and finish. Cade's ability to read defenses, his handle, his strength, his large frame are huge reasons why this is possible. But he's also shown the ability to adequately finish with his left in order to be less predictable. Matter of fact, Cade has demonstrated to finish greatly contested layups by his ability to maneuver in the air. Cade is also really effective with the ball in his hands in transition, as he has a knack of getting to the rim and even dishing it off to his teammates. He's actually a pretty underrated playmaker, as at 6'6", he sees the floor exceptionally well, and his natural awareness and willingness to get others involved bodes very well for him. Yeah, step backs, pull-up jumpers, the ability to turn his back to smaller guards in the post and score on post-up opportunities. And yeah, Cade practically has the full offensive package. To maximize his full potential, Cade must develop his three-point shots in order to further open up his game. The attempts and confidence are there as he's taking 6 threes a game for his career, but 31% is far from ideal. Joining Cade in the backcourt is Jaden Ivey, an explosive 6'4 guard with a 6'10 wingspan and the potential to be an NBA star. Ivey actually had a solid rookie season for the Pistons as he averaged 16 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds while shooting 34% from 3. Ivey was actually first in assists per game out of all the rookies last year, had 3 games in which he scored 30 or more points, 13 in which he scored 20 or more points, and scored in double digits in each of his last 39 games of this season, which is actually a rookie record for the Pistons. On top of all of this, he ended the season really well, averaging 22 points and 7 assists on 38% from 3. The burst and speed he was lauded for out of college were completely on display. But things he can definitely shore up to improve his game are cutting down his turnovers and also his effectiveness in the paint. 5 assists to 3 turnovers per game isn't the greatest production for a guard, but I will give him the benefit of the doubt given the Pistons weren't a great 3-point shooting team, which obviously makes life harder for him, and yeah, he was just a rookie. In the front court for the Pistons is Jalen Duren, who they acquired last draft from the Hornets in a confusing trade, but it's safe to say that it's worked out thus far. Duren is a very effective screener and roller who shot 65% from the field, is an underrated playmaker, and was 3rd in offensive rebounds per game in the entire NBA as a rookie. Other notable pieces on this team include Bojan Bogdanovic, who averaged 22 points per game last season on 41% from 3, and James Wiseman, who averaged 12 points and 8 rebounds since being traded from the Dubs. Though still far from perfect, Wiseman showed flashes in split minutes with Duren last season, and 2024 is easily going to be the biggest season of his career in order to prove what he can do with more opportunity. Overall, the Detroit Pistons have a promising young core and a coach in Monty Williams who helped elevate a younger core in Phoenix to reach the NBA Finals and follow that up with a 64-win regular season. The Pistons won't dominate the NBA yet, given the inevitable growing pains that come from younger guys on the roster, and also these younger guys pretty much haven't spent that much time together. But in due time, I do expect that playoff drought to end. And who knows, the Pistons just might be legit. With that being said, comment down below your thoughts on the Detroit Pistons, as well as who you think is going to be the breakout player for this team next season. Also, what are your expectations for a rookie Asar Thompson out there, and how high do you feel the ceiling of Cade Cunningham to be? Be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. Hope to see you all in the next one, and stay tuned.